Hey guys, it's Chris Balmaceda here with Realtor Real Estate. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Today our topic is on realtors and how to pick the best one for you. So stay tuned, we're going to cover that topic shortly. Thanks guys so much for sticking around. As I did state, this video is going to be on the topic of realtors and finding the right agent for you and making sure that you're doing the most you can to find somebody who's going to take care of you and is the best fit for you. Obviously, as consumers, when we get out there to try to find something, whether it be a plumber, a roofer, a landscaper, whatever the case may be, a good majority of us are now going online because this information is available to us through our computers, through our phones. It's available instantly for us to go out there and find the people that we need or the services that we need online. And I bring this up because a realtor is no different. I actually did some research and found that 92% of buyers and sellers are going online and starting their search to find a realtor online. What threw me off the most was the fact that 72% of them are picking the first agent they find online and aren't doing much more research beyond that. And it throws me off because there's still the rule of three. Interview and find three different agents. Find people to make sure that you have the best fit for you. But in the end, if you're like the 72% of people out there who do decide to go with the first agent they find, I wanted to give you some information on making sure that you're doing what's best for you and finding the right agent and best fit for you. And the way I did that was I hopped online and I did a Google search. What to look for in a realtor? How do you find a good realtor? What are the qualities to look for in a good realtor? And it's interesting because there's two different lists that come up. There seems to be really no common ground between what people consider to be a good agent and what people consider to not be a good agent. And the two lists are pretty different. One of them is credential oriented, the other one is personality oriented. And I will tell you, in an industry and in a business like real estate, the business is about you as the consumer, and it's about the relationship that we're building. It's not about the technicality of things. Anybody can do the technical side of it, but is that person a fit for you? Do you guys mesh, and are they putting your interest before anything else? Because anybody can do the transaction, but in the end, it's a matter of how they do the job for you and how they work with you and get to know you. So to give you kind of a breakdown on these two separate lists, the credential side of things I find interesting because it dives into, well, their past clients, find out what kind of license they hold and what kind of discipline action they have. What are the awards they've gotten? What's their credentials look like? What's their experience? How many listings do they have? And at the bottom of that list, which both lists actually have this at the bottom, is knowledge of the market. Now, this whole credential side of things and diving into that, all this stuff is important. Don't get me wrong. I do think this is important just for the technical side of things, but how do these things benefit you? You interview their past clients, and that's huge. That's a big thing because you want to know the experience you're going to get. But how many realtors are going to send you to the clients who had a bad experience with them? None of us are, because the fact is you're only going to send people to the ones that have great things to say about you. So are you really honestly getting a good depiction of how this person's working by just interviewing their past clients? Looking at their license that they hold and their disciplinary action. That's huge because you can just know where the mistakes that they've made, what are things that are going on that maybe you need to be aware of that could be an issue. But I will tell you, if they're still doing real estate, they haven't really done anything that's too terribly bad for them to lose their license. So is that really a benefit to you if by chance they accidentally missed a signature on one page? The next thing is the awards. As great as awards are, I don't know how that benefits you as a consumer. These awards are a benefit to that agent saying, hey, great job for the year you had, but how does that help you as a consumer? It just means they sold a lot of houses or they helped a lot of people. But in the end, does that really translate to their relationship with you and what they're going to do for you? As far as looking at credentials and experience, those are also big things too. But just because somebody takes a class and now has a credential to add to the end of their name doesn't mean that they're better at their job. It just means they took an 8-hour class to get that credential. And I'm not downplaying the credentials at all or taking the time because that is experience. But does that really benefit you? If they're a seller expert and you're a buyer, does that really benefit you? Or if they're a buyer expert and you're trying to sell your house, does that benefit you? It really doesn't. Experience-wise, yeah, you know what? They can have 30 some odd years in the business, and that's great, and that's huge because it tells me that they've had a long success rate in this industry, but it doesn't mean that they're better than the rookie agent. I can tell you there's a lot of agents out there I know that are in their first year that are so much better at what they do and focus more on the client and the relationship and getting the transaction done and getting it done right than just making you another number. So experience is great, but in the end, how are they going to treat you and service you in the end? Lastly, the whole listing side. Just because somebody has 20 listings doesn't mean that they're good at what they do. In the end, you want to look at different things like how long are their homes sitting on the market? Are they priced right? Are they doing everything they can to market the property? What resources are they using to market these properties? Or are they just throwing them on MLS and letting that system work for them and hoping that eventually somebody will come along and buy the house? So all these things are great things. They're things to definitely focus on, but I don't think you want to make them your number one focus when it comes to finding an agent. I think this other side, which is the personality traits, are what you really want to focus on when it comes to finding an agent. The first one being a problem solver. You want to find somebody that when an issue arises, they're going to jump in, dive in, find an answer, and get the problem solved. Because in the end, it's not your responsibility to fix the problems. It's the person you hired to fix the problems, whether you're buying or selling. The next side of that is, are they motivated? Are they a go-getter? Are they out there marketing your house to get it sold, doing everything they can to get it on the market and get in front of as many people as possible? Are they sending you homes? Are they available to get you out and get you into homes when you find stuff that you want to look at to possibly buy? The next thing is detail-oriented. Are they very specific on how they write their contracts? Are they very specific on how they go through the process with you? Are they making sure that they don't miss things? Because in the end, if you miss something on a contract or a counter or something that's sent to you, that is either money out of your pocket or you're losing money on the sell side of it because your agent didn't catch something that was written into the contract. Next side of it, and I think a very big part of it, is honesty. Is this person, when they tell you they're going to do things, when they tell you that they're going to be somewhere or get things done for you, are they getting it done and getting it done quickly? I think it gets so missed in this industry because we say, hey, I'm going to do this and that, but then it doesn't get done, or it gets done 3-4 days later. You want to make sure that when somebody is telling you that they're going to get something done, they're going to get it done. Also, on top of that is, they're not in this just to try to sell you a home. If they walk into a home and they see a lot of issues with this, are they telling you, hey, there's problems here, there's problems here, there's problems here, I really don't think this is a good fit for you? So that's huge. They're not just in it for the transaction and the sale of the home, but they're in it to make sure they're doing what's best for you and helping you make the best decision when it comes to purchasing the home. The next part of that is, what is their interest in you? How much interest do they take in you as an individual? This is a relationship-based business. This is no longer just numbers and paperwork. This is now a business where I'm coming to find that you and the relationship I build with you is more important than the transaction itself. The transaction is going to happen, but what is that agent doing to build you up, to get to know you and to become a part of your life, and making sure that you know you're before anything else when it comes to this transaction? And that's something that I love about this business, is the relationships that I've been able to build and continue to maintain as I move forward. The last thing that I would let you know about, which both lists actually have, is knowledge of the market. This is huge and important because you want to make sure that your agent knows what's going on in the market, how to negotiate, how to list your house, how to market your house. Because if you don't have this information, you're just going to be lost because your agent's lost. So that's my opinion on what I think is most important when it comes to finding yourself an agent who's going to take care of you and is going to help you through this process. The credential side of things is huge. I don't want to downplay any of that as well, but personality-wise and what they bring to you as an individual and what's inside them, I think is even more important, because that's what you're going to have to deal with day in and day out, is what they are as a person and how they're going to help you the most. The relationship, to me, is way far and beyond the stats of what the person can do. In the end, you want them to be a teacher. We're in an age of information, and that agent needs to make sure they can give you the information and teach you and advise you and help you through this process. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. I do apologize, it is a little bit longer, but I thought this was a very key point to get across to you guys and to explain to you when it comes to finding yourself an agent, to make sure you're hitting those key points that are going to be important and are going to help you as you move forward in your transactions. If you're looking to buy or sell, please don't hesitate to call or text me, 623-693-5667, or you can email me at chrisbrealty@gmail.com. You're also welcome to direct message me here on Facebook. You guys, thank you again so much. Have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to talking to you guys again soon.